I'm here in the studio with financial advisor Ben Offit of Offit Advisors. Ben, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
And I understand you have a new firm, Offit Advisors. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's really not a new firm as much as it is a rebrand. I'll still have the same staff, same broker dealer. Nothing has to change for my clients whatsoever. It's really just a new direction for the future.
So you are Offit Advisors as of
Today.
As of today.
Yeah.
Very good. And what makes Offit Advisors different?
I think what makes us different is that we focus on holistic financial planning for our clients. It's not just a product model or an investment advisory model, although we do both of those things. I think it's financial planning centric and advice centric as opposed to product centric. And I think that we focus on giving our clients peace of mind and confidence, organization, accountability, infrastructure, clear goals, an ongoing process, a lot of accountability. So I think it's a unique way that we, structure our business. And then also what we do is we have kind of like the Spotify or Netflix of financial planning, where we give clients the opportunity to be members and pay on a monthly basis. And that's independent of how much assets that they have or any sort of eliminating criteria. It's almost like a gym membership that allows us to serve lots of different kinds of people.
Wow, that is very different. What are the challenges that some clients are facing today or the public is facing when they are speaking with or thinking about a financial advisor?
I think there's a number of challenges. I think one of the challenges is, does this advisor really have my best interest at heart? Are they a fiduciary? Are they serving me or are they serving the company that they represent? Am I actually capable of working with an advisor? I think a lot of clients feel like they don't meet a minimum asset criteria to need a financial planner or to warrant the usage of one. So that's an industry-wide thing. But then, as it is always, there's always financial planning needs out there. The market's volatile. Tax laws change. People's needs change as their family dynamic grows or their business changes. So there's always a need to have a financial planner in their life, whether they realize it or not.
Ben, can you speak to this distrust issue, or why do people have such a hard time choosing a financial advisor? And then maybe comment on what you mentioned, this fiduciary standard. What is that?
I think that there's so many quote-unquote advisors out there in the marketplace that I think it could be overwhelming as to figure out who the right type of advisor is for me. Ultimately, there's very different business models. A Merrill Lynch or a Morgan Stanley advisor is extremely different from, a Northwestern Mutual or a Guardian or Mass Mutual or MetLife advisor, which is very different from what I do. But everyone has the title financial advisor, so it might seem like there's a uniform approach. But the truth is that there's not a uniform approach, and consumers don't necessarily realize that. There's been a lot of chatter about the fiduciary rule and nomenclature over the past few years. Ultimately, that was legislation introduced by President Obama, and it didn't actually go through, which was a long, drawn-out process. But I think that raised awareness for a lot of consumers about that terminology. And essentially what it was trying to do is make every advisor have a uniform fiduciary standard, which would seem like a good thing, but it was challenging to actually implement. What it was designed to do is make, every advisor have their client's best interests at heart by law, and that they had to, think first for their clients, not for themselves, and not just have a suitability standard. Ultimately, that was struck down by the Trump administration, and, I still think it has lingering reverberations in today's society where consumers are still aware of it, but ultimately there is no fiduciary standard legally at the moment.
And I was going to ask you, where do we stand now with your firm and with other firms with regard to this issue?
I am a fiduciary, and the reason that is for a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm a certified financial planner. I have that designation. When you have that designation, you have to operate in a fiduciary standard.
CFP, is that right?
CFP, yeah. And then secondarily, the predominance of our work is done on a fee basis. So when we do that, whether it's financial planning fees or investment advisory fees, we have to operate in a fiduciary capacity.
Very good. And I understand you're the incoming president of the Financial Planners Association, the FPA. Is
That's
that
right.
correct?
Correct.
So the coming year, 2019, you will be the president.
That's right.
What are some of the things you'll be doing or your focus in 2019?
And I believe a lot in this industry, and I believe a lot in the power of the work that we do. I think that I try to live that each day through my own personal, practice and company, but the FPA is really the nonprofit version of that. So I think it's an opportunity to impact society at large and impact, consumers and financial planners for the better. I think the focus of the FPA is to be, almost as similar to like the Bar Association is for attorneys or the AICPA is for CPAs. It's an organization that, represents us, tries to organize financial planners for a common mission and a common objective, which is to elevate the profession and elevate society, through our work.
Ben, what would you say to young families or young business owners today in this environment? Because in talking to you, I think you said you work with a lot of young business owners, 30 to 45. What would you say to them right now?
I think there's a lot to do, and I think that don't let the industry, jargon fool you that you need to have a liquidity event and sell your business to start working with a financial planner, or that you need to have $500,000 of liquid assets to work with a financial planner. If you're a 30 to 45-year-old CEO or entrepreneur, there's a lot of needs that you need to focus on for your business and for your family. A lot of decisions to make, and that's, independent of how much assets there is to manage. So I think that our focus is to try to help CEOs and entrepreneurs in that, demographic, because, I am in that demographic as well, so I can relate, very easily to that.
So it sounds like you make it easy for people to engage with you. How do they do that? How do people reach you and engage, and what is the process?
I think it comes down to what kind of client they want to be. So we lead with financial planning. If they want to be a financial planning client, they pay us like they'd pay an attorney or they'd pay a CPA, which is just a fee-for-service model. The way that we align that is to have a monthly fee, almost like a subscription or a gym membership, like I've mentioned. But then the other two service offerings are investment advisory services. So if we do manage their portfolio assets or their retirement plan for their company, we charge a fee for assets under management for that service. And then lastly is insurance. So my roots are in insurance. I still believe in insurance. It's an important part of the financial plan. It's the defensive aspect of financial planning. When we do that, that's commission-based, because that's really the only way that insurance can be implemented at this time.
Ben, what is your vision and mission for the future?
I was an entrepreneurship major in college, and I've always loved, using the platform of business and entrepreneurship to better the world, better society. So ultimately, my belief is that we can use financial planning as a way to make a difference in other people's lives. So I think with Offit Advisors, if we can add more employees, more advisors, more locations, and expand our reach, that would be an amazing thing.
Ben, that's exciting. How do clients get in touch with you at Offit Advisors?
The best way to get in touch with us would be to go to our website, which is offitadvisors.com. You can contact us through there. Also, you can give us a call at 410-600-PLAN or 410-600-7526.
Ben, thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.